Hey, what's up guys, how's everyone doing? This one is going to be pretty interesting. I've been playing around with smartwatches quite a bit recently, and Amazfit sent this out for me to test. It's a $160 smartwatch, and honestly I've got to say this has me surprised in every aspect. It's actually completely changed my opinion on smartwatches, which is what I've been looking for, and for the first time I've taken pride in wearing something like this in public. I think that really says a lot coming from someone like me. So the design stood out to me the most at the beginning, and this color scheme works really well for the Amazfit Pace. It has a very interesting display that I'm going to touch on in just a second, and overall build quality is surprisingly good considering its price. It's rubber as opposed to something more premium like leather, because this is actually targeted towards fitness enthusiasts, but I'll talk about that whole situation in a bit as well. So I touched on the display with the Pace, and they've done something quite different to other smartwatches on the market. It's got a special technology that works to use the light from surroundings and actually reflect it so that you can see what's on the screen. That way it's gonna save a lot of battery, but in conditions when you don't have enough light, the Pace has an ambient light sensor that automatically detects it and turns on the backlight. The reflective screen can make it a little bit weird at certain angles, but it's never been something that bothered me. I was able to adjust to it pretty much instantly. I have to say though, in any condition, this watch doesn't go very bright. It's still usable in all conditions, but it would have been nice to see a display that was slightly brighter. Now obviously my camera isn't going to be picking this up too well because of the reflective nature of the display, but you can get a rough idea of it and just imagine that it's better in real life. My favorite aspect of this smartwatch was actually quite trivial because you find it everywhere, but the convenience of being able to check all my incoming notifications on the watch can be extremely practical. Being able to check notifications without obnoxiously pulling out my phone is far more useful than I actually expected it, because I never really found that feature useful on previous smartwatches that just didn't work too well. Obviously when you pull out your smartphone, if you're in an area where you don't want to, your phone might get stolen, you might drop it, things like that. This can be really handy, and it also shows you the weather first thing in the morning, which was a nice surprise. I really liked that. Something that I actually found pretty cool was that in the Compass Mini app you can see things like the air pressure, which actually increased as I moved it up, or rather decreased, and vice versa, so it was definitely real. Now as for the main selling point of the Pace, it's targeted toward fitness enthusiasts, but definitely don't let that turn you away. If it's not you, it's still got the generic features you'd expect in most smartwatches, but only the ones that you would care about. So none of that useless remote camera stuff, and as for the stuff it does it great. I have absolutely no complaints about the feature sets that it includes. We've got a step counter, heart rate monitor, sleep tracker, weather, and a few other things. All of it looked to be accurate during my testing, and in terms of fitness features, it works best with running and walking outside because it comes with inbuilt GPS capabilities. The watch also reminds you to get up and move, which is very important for everyone, so even if you're not a fitness enthusiast, you should really stick to the whole get up and move reminder. It's just quite a good habit to get into. But it doesn't really stop there, because Amazfit is still working to push out useful updates, which I actually had while I was testing it, so it's great to see that they're continuing support for the Pace. As for other fitness features, it tracks your distance, calories, and pace, so fairly standard all in all, but you're getting a lot for what you pay for. And at the end of the day, that's what has me so impressed with the Amazfit Pace. It works really well for the price, and I've really genuinely been enjoying using this. It's one of those products that every time you look at it, you know you made the right choice to buy it. Honestly, I'm not sure if I'm going to stop using this now that the video is out, and that's coming from a Daniel Wellington fan. But guys, that is going to be it for my Amazfit Pace review. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. If you have done any of those things, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'm out. Peace.